Hey guys, here's a quick Bitcoin update. I'm going to go through the news on Bitcoin for a little bit. China has dumped on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general. They really want to come out with this news at this current time. And I want to show you how this plays out in comparison to the charts. And it's not a coincidence, in my opinion, that any of this is happening at this time. We saw this red X come in on the daily chart with a bear flag on Wolfpack Pro. We are very close to this really strong resistance point, and we're seeing some daily bearish divergence coming into play on the 12-hour on Wolfpack. Take a look at the chart. There's triple bearish divergence on the 12-hour, and we just had a strong sell signal right on August 24th. So that is indicative that we are reaching exhaustion very soon. If we go back to the daily chart, we saw golden crosses coming into play as this wave really picked up. And as we saw multiple golden crosses coming in, I knew we were close to the bottom here. This January 26th support was really coming into play, and we deflected off it one last time here before the daily strong buy signal came in, and this was enough momentum to completely break out of of this cone here. I'll just try to show you up here. This was the daily cone, this formation. We rejected once at this area, but we quickly caught a support here and broke out. Now, this was not an accident, and the reason why you see all of this news coming out here is because guess who's placing their shorts in the market every time that they have an opportunity to place big multi-million dollar orders, huge firms lining up. They will release FUD news. They will try to make you all scared and to make you dump your coins. Let's take a look down at the 1 hour chart to see what's been happening just today. And yeah, we are this trend line here. I'll go up to the 4 hours so you can see this. This was a very strong support trend line. We are creeping along it here. We are currently above it, but we saw the bearish divergence, the bear flag, and a red cross right at the peak here, and this wave came down. This is going to be, in my opinion, according to the news, would be bearish. I really think that towards the end of the month, somebody wants to keep Bitcoin below $50,000 at this line level here. Is really going to play into a very strong resistance, and I would start looking for a market switch in this area. We've been bullish all month. We're coming in towards the end of the month, and this is my prediction. We are going to see a fall in Bitcoin very soon. Whether we creep along here for a day or two, it's going to come in. Somebody is trying to keep Bitcoin down, and you can predict this by we can look at the long and shorts. We can look at the news, but if you really want just to see what the market's doing, let's go and look way back to see what Wolfpack was showing us at the peak here. We had triple bearish divergence on the daily chart, and this red X here, as soon as this area here on your charts, we had one more pump, and I call these a FOMO peak, and these are the traders taking longs at the absolute wrong moment. They think that the chart's going to keep going parabolic, and then it just turns and dumps. But we already knew that looking at all this triple bearish divergence, and once we came down, we saw one more red X right here on the daily chart. The Bollinger Bands, we knew that the momentum was bearish. The Bollinger Bands were red and orange the whole way down, and only switched to green right at this moment here. This was when the market was finally consolidating, placing an order down here around $30,000. So that's an extremely safe move. We know that momentum is starting to pick up, turn around on the macro. So I just want to draw your attention here. We may see a similar situation on the daily chart here where we might get one final divergence coming in. This red X played out. It looks like it might play out very well. The Bollinger Bands on the daily have just switched over, so you can see that momentum here is starting to turn downwards, and that is one of the best ways, the earliest ways to pick up these huge momentum swings. So we are currently sitting around this support line, this resistance line. We're just above it. So what I'm looking for is either to see a bearish engulfing candle. We saw one right in this area, and it looks like there's a little bit of bull traps coming in, and there are big swings back and forth, and one of these is going to win. But if we look at what the momentum is doing, we see this big bear flag as a warning combined with the red X here. So I would predict we might see a FOMO peak coming in just like this one here, this little hump. But as soon as we tip up one more time, you can draw on your trend lines. This will be our trend line here on the daily, and we would look possibly for a FOMO peak, one last final ditch effort, and then we would likely see a dump, just like we did way back here. This is typically what happens. Alternatively, let's go back here and watch one more scenario play out. If we see this trigger wave, see this green triangle here, this is what happened way back here. We saw a little bit of bearish divergence. Again, this peak is very small. It doesn't look like the market was too exhausted, but here we are very high up, almost as high up as we were throughout the crazy bull run throughout January and February. So if we see any trigger wave coming in, you can actually look and see on your chart there's a faint bull flag here right before that swings around. This bull flag appeared right at this bullish engulfing candle, exactly on that candle, and then we saw the trigger wave for confirmation, and we kept going up until we reached this little middle area here, and then we had again this very famous final pump all the way up into February, from January into February. And I remember this. These were grueling moments here. A lot of traders I know lost their accounts in that, so we don't want to see that happen. I hope you guys really trade safe. Keep all of that in mind, that these divergences really play out on the macro time or on the daily time frame here in a very big and powerful way, and you guys can see it coming in early here. So don't be that trader who got caught out in this moment in time. Stay safe, friends. I'll see you in the next one.